we're taking a brief break from the inside work to work on the pool house. Why, you ask? It's like, what, 85 today, honey?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Woo.
Yes.
It's cloudy right now.
It is cloudy, but that's okay because it was really stinking hot a minute ago with the sun out. So you can still see we still have the pool covered. Memorial Day weekend is coming up, and we really want to get this pool open. So we're going to go ahead and get everything installed in the pool house. One thing we didn't have running last year was our heater. And the water was a little cold sometimes, wasn't it, honey?
It was, for sure.
So we're going to go ahead and get our heater hooked up. We've got gas run into the pump house, but we just never got the gas run to the heater. So we're going to get that done. We've got a ductwork adapter on top of the heater there. And we've got to run a few parts to the existing duct here. Now, ultimately, we're going to take the top off of this pool house and make it a full story, one story. And then we're going to put an addition on the side here. You can see where we poured concrete footers for an addition, and they dug out for it. Obviously, the hillside is starting to come down, including this giant rock. That's going to be fun, huh?
I'm glad the rock's coming down because it was really in the way, but
It was, but now
I know.
we got to do something with it. So yeah, so that's gonna be fun. But anyway, so we got to take the roof off the pool house and go down to the last row of block there. And then on top of that, we'll put a pressure treated plate and frame up with pressure treated wood. And we'll do some exterior grade siding, make this thing look real nice. But it's gonna be a lot easier to work inside this thing once it's a full story. Plus it'll give us some additional storage, and it won't be like working in a cave. We'll have access to the top of the filter, all that good stuff.
You can stand up straight.
Stand up straight, not hit your head.
Or scratch your back.
Scratch your back. And then over here we'll have a
Bathroom.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Have a foot bath and a shower, and then a toilet and a sink. And a little more storage maybe.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, we'll need some storage.
I also got to build a fence out here.
Well, it's the little thing.
Yeah, that'll be an easy project. Haha. So, but yeah, we got to get that done. In the meantime, I guess we'll put some orange construction fence around the whole thing.
I'm not happy about that.
I know, me neither, but it's like, do we want to get the pool open, or do we want to have a safety hazard? So anyways, we're going to get start putting some of these things together. I'm going to start working on the ductwork. Amber's going to go on a parts run.
Yep.
And hopefully we'll get this bad boy flowing water by the end of the day.
Sounds good.
All right, so I got the 8-inch flue adapter plate screwed down to the top of the heater. You can see all the parts I had to remove off of there. Those are for exterior installations where you can just vent it out into the atmosphere. Since we've got it inside, we didn't want to cook all of our sensitive electronics and plastic filter housing and all that stuff with the heat. It's going to put out a lot of heat. So we went ahead and got a duct connector, and then we're going to hook it up to the existing duct that the old heater was hooked to. Ultimately, we're going to remove this roof, and I'm going to have to redo the ductwork when we do that. So we're just going to go ahead and use a couple of these flex elbows and hook it up to the existing duct rather than have to punch a hole through the top of the concrete there and run a new one. So Amber has gone to get some parts for that. Meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and take the front panel off the heater, and I've got to do a couple of changes on the inside to get that ready to go. All right, so we got all of our pipes hooked back up in the pump house, and you can see the new addition, our 8-inch ductwork for the heater. Still don't have the gas line hooked up. We got a connector coming later this week to help us with that project. So once we get that hooked up, we'll be able to actually test the heater. And we got everything hooked back up into our control panel. I just updated all the settings, made sure everything's good to go. And so before we get ready to prime the system and open up everything, we need to
Take off the cover.
pull the cover. That is going to be lots of fun.
I'm kind of scared.
Thing's heavy.
I know. What's under there?
A pool.
Hopefully good water,
Should be.
not green.
It's been covered. If it's green, we'll deal with it. But yeah, it's good and heavy, that's for sure. So we're gonna have to kind of drag it out of the way, wash it, dry it, and put it away for the season. Yay. All right, so let's get this bad boy uncovered. That's some good looking stuff, babe.
Yeah.
We are backwashing the filter till it runs clear. And then once that's done, we will rinse the filter and then we'll switch it to filter. Pool's not looking too bad. A little green, a lot of schmutz in the bottom coming out of the jets, but I think once we get it cleaned out here, we will be in good shape. Clearing up a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna run another minute and then we'll switch to rinse. So we got the pool running on Sunday evening. It's now Tuesday evening. So it ran all day yesterday. We found that from all the rain that we had over the winter and some snow melt, that the salt water had diluted significantly. So we ended up having to put 8 40-pound bags of salt in it today to get it back up to spec. It's at 3,100 parts per million at this point. So our chlorine generator is much happier. It got so low, it was down around 2,000, 2,100 that the salt generator just shut off. So at any rate, we got it salty enough again, so it's running, it's happy. It just shut off a second ago. It's on a timer. We were vacuuming earlier, but then it started raining, so we quit on that. But I've been working in the pool house for about the last hour. I'm running the gas line to our heater. We had the heater in here last year, and we had it plumbed in, but we didn't have the exhaust stack run, and we didn't have the gas run. So you can see I'm installing some gas fittings. I've got an appliance connector here, and we've got our gas line over here in the corner. So I just got done putting those fittings together. I've got to add one more fitting over here on our valve, and then I'll go ahead and run this flexible appliance connector. Then I'll go ahead and pressurize the system and get some good soapy water, spray down all the connections, make sure we don't have any leaks. I love how the label on this flexible gas line said don't use a match or a lighter or a candle or some other flammable instrument to check for leaks. Yeah, I know. I mean, they put that on there because at some point somebody said, well, if I just run a lighter along here, any leak will show up, right? It'll just burn. Of course, they probably blew themselves up. So they said, be sure to use a soapy solution to check for leaks, not flames. So for you out there in YouTube land, there's a lesson for you. Don't use fire to check for a leak in your gas line. All right, so I'm gonna make this final connection, and then I will check the fittings, make sure there's no leaks, and then we'll go ahead and turn on the gas valve in the heater and go ahead and program the control panel to activate the heater. We'll see what happens. All right, well, that roaring sound that you hear is 300,000 BTUs of pool heater operating. So I got my appliance connector hooked up and sprayed it down with some soapy water, checked for leaks. We are doing great. Now I was going to do a drip leg that would catch any sort of moisture coming through the line, and I got a T here for it, but and I got an extra short nipple there, but I needed one more nipple, so I ended up went ahead and hooking it up, and I'll leave it like this for a week or so until I get a chance to get another short nipple, so I can go ahead and put that drip leg on there, catch any sort of moisture or crap coming through the gas line. But at least I got it fired up, and it is roaring. I mean, it sounds like a blast furnace in here. You can feel the heat coming off the ductwork, and you can definitely feel a difference in the temperature of the pipes on the outlet side versus the inlet side. It's already warming that water up a little bit. It's going to take a couple of days to get it up to where we're wanting it. We're going to shoot for probably 80 degrees, somewhere in that range. So it'll take a little while for it to get up there. Gas company's going to love us. That's going to do it for tonight. I'm going to go ahead and get wrapped up here and head for the house. All right, so the heater did fantastic. It ran for probably about 2 days before it brought the temperature up from 61 to 80. And now it's just firing up every once in a while and warming the water up a little bit, keeping it right there. Pretty awesome, isn't it, babe? So warm and inviting. Can't wait. We got a big pallet full of chemicals here, ready to get this thing back into balance. Amber took a sample of the water at our local pool company today.
Yes, they tested it and
Tested it.
they printed out this nice little report.
Yep,
and
told
gave
us
the
exactly what we
chemicals.
needed.
Yep, we're good to go.
Absolutely. So we just spent a couple minutes. We popped off these little white plastic winter plugs out of our deck jets and got the jet screwed back in there. We wanted to go ahead and get these lines flushed out and get the jets back in operation before we work on balancing the water. So we got them all back in there. Can't wait to see them fire up for the first time. What about you, hon? You ready?
I'm ready. Don't hit your head.
Ready?
Yep. Count down for me. Oh, I gotta go back to get them all. All right. Are they on?
They're on. It's going to take a second to fill up.
Okay. Oh, oh, whoop, whoop.
A lot of air in the lines.
Yep.
There they go.
Woo! Oh, that's awesome. They're like really blue. Is that the like winter solution coming out? Welcome to our house. That's all I got. God did not make me a singer. Oh, so pretty. Very cool. So we're just gonna get the chemicals in. Try to manhandle that winter tarp out of the way. Ugh. And then reinstall the diving board. Looks pretty good. I like it. Good job.